I am no longer blonde. He is clueless. He really is. I am confused.com with Liverpool. What's going on? They were all huge. Right, hello everybody, welcome back to the Golden Sky. I'm Tom, and today it is the final player ratings of the 25-26 Premier League season. We have made it to the end, ladies and gents. War is over. We have officially finished this hellish hell of a season with a 1-1 draw against Brentford, which, to be honest, epitomises the entire season in one game. A dull, boring, lifeless affair that we had to sit through once again, but we've made it. That's the key part of the day. For those of you watching on YouTube, you will see I am no longer blonde. It's official. The blonde hair has officially died a death. That also went this weekend. I was blonde for about 3 months there because of you guys watching the videos this year. After that Newcastle win, when I dyed my hair blonde, and it's finally gone. I am back to brown. I am shorter. And by God, what an experience that was. The blonde's gone. Liverpool season's finished. It's the end of an era here on the Golden Sky as the first season of me making these videos comes to an end. So let's get the players on the board who played in the game and, of course, the Muckery Index, which we will start with. Today, there's plenty to get our teeth into to the Muckery Index, and I don't feel like so much to get our teeth into in terms of the players who played in the game. So let's talk about it, because today's Muckery Index is all about the new kit. What the fuck is that all about? I could just leave it there. What on earth is going on with that kit? Who has designed that kit? Now, let me be clear what I'm saying here. The new kit's design itself, the print and the basis of basing it on the retro kit that we used to have, not a bad idea. Great idea, actually. Really iconic. Liverpool kit, I actually have it in my drawer, the old version of that kit. That's no qualms with that. Looks great. Why on earth could anybody out there tell me, and you don't have to be a fashion designer. Gakpo is like maybe the only fashion designer that I know by name. You don't have to be Gakpo. That's from my mum watching How to Look Good Naked from when I was about 5. Crazy show to watch around a child, by the way, gotta say. What the hell that was on TV for, I've no idea. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. You don't have to be a fashion designer to know that when you make a red kit, the shirt should match the shorts and the socks. So tell me, please, why on earth ours has a completely different shade of red on both the shirt and then the shorts and socks? What's going on there? It's a completely different colour. It's blatantly obvious. It's as obvious as me going from blonde back to brown. It's not even close. It looks ridiculous. Okay, that's thing one. Thing two, why are all the players wearing their dad's kits? What is going on there? They've all come out there. The kits they've got on are like 3 sizes too big. It's like they've gone into lost property at school. They've forgot the PE kit. They've had an absolute nightmare. Oh, sir, I forgot my PE kit. What am I going to do? Get yourself in lost property or lost and found, however you want to call it. I think Americans call it lost and found. And you go in there and your only options are like some ginormous shirt that's been in there for years. It's got like egg stains on it or something or other. What's going on? They were all huge. They were flapping in the wind. They were like parachutes. It looked ridiculous. I mean, Allister came out. Looked like he had flipping, I don't know, the Hulk's t-shirt on. It was ridiculous. What's going on there? Then, and on top of that, maybe they had to make them big to make room for the ginormous stripes they've got on the side of the shirt sleeves. Why have they done that? This year's kit has perfectly normal stripes. Adidas. What's going on? Please tell me. They've got like racing strips on the side. They're huge. They're absolutely massive. It looks ridiculous. So no, I can't say I'm a fan of the new kit. Maybe they'll sort out the shading of it, but it looks ridiculous. But if there's any consolation in that, what I've come to learn is this year's kit was absolutely beautiful, an absolute belter of a kit. So was the third kit, and we had the worst season ever. So maybe this year will mean bad kit, good performance on the pitch. I'll take that, but I'm certainly not rushing to buy this year's home kit. I've got to say that much, like I was last year. My God, what a disappointment. So the Muckery Index, there can only be one explanation for all this, guys. There's only one explanation. It has to be, did Slot make the kit? That's the only explanation we've got. Arne Slot must have made that kit. He's the only one capable of cooking up this absolute monstrosity. He's the only one, because he does it on the pitch every week. So that's the only feasible explanation. Right. There wasn't much in the way of Muckery. It was such a last game of the season type game. And as a result, we are going to fly through these ratings today where we can. We'll talk a bit longer about players where we have things to talk about. But my God, was that a slog to get through once again. I'm so happy it's over. And we can move on to the World Cup. My God. Starting with Alisson in the goal. Maybe his last game of the season. Maybe his last game, definitely his last game of the season. His last game ever for us. Who knows? We don't know for sure whether he'll go in summer. I'm hoping that he doesn't. I'm hoping he stays another year. And he showed us why again today. Brilliant save before in the first half before we had a great chance at the other end. Brilliant save from a header. Puts his big giant leg out and just saves it. They've just surgically attached all of his muscles back to that leg. After they melted off because it was a bit warm. It's dead warm today, by the way. Fucking roasting it is here in England. So there's a high chance that Alisson Becker's muscles might melt off his body like a slow cooked beef brisket. Someone keep an eye on him. But today he was there. He made it through the game. He's in a weird like green, black goalie kit, which also has a different colour top than shorts and socks. What on earth have they been doing at the Adidas factory? Who knows? But overall, I'm going to give Alisson a 7 today. I think that was a good save. Not sure he can do better with the goal. Maybe he could have got a hand to it. Maybe if he was slightly quicker. Very harsh, I think, though. I'm giving him a 7. It wasn't amazing. It was very, very dull today, that game. And he didn't have all that much to do. So, good save. That'll bump him up a point now. Let's give him a 7. Nice to see him back. And hopefully not his last game as well. Because he wouldn't have got the send-off that he deserves. Like Salah and Robbo should have had maybe a win to their names. But other than that, great reception for them today. We've got Curtis Jones, who's at right back, scores the goal today. Great run for him to get into the box, to crash the box late, get on the end of the cross and obviously finish it off. That was excellent. 3 goals this season it was for him in the end after not scoring for was it 40-odd games or something like that when he finally got his first one. So pleased to see him getting back on the score sheet here and there. Don't need loads from him, just every now and then. And at right back, he's been pretty solid, hasn't he, since he took that role sort of against Everton when he was really good. That was actually our last win, I think, against Everton. And we do get Champions League. We have secured Champions League now. That's fantastic. We crawled over the line just about by the skin of our teeth. Then we've got 60 points. It's really not very good, is it? But we've got it, and that's the important thing. We can have a transfer window maybe where we can try and figure this all out. But Jones, might be his last game. I think he played well. Not amazing again. But the worrying thing for me is that we are choosing to play a centre midfielder at right back. Okay, and that's not to say he's playing bad. He's playing good at right back. He's doing good. But yet we've got Jeremy Frimpong on the bench who came on to play right wing, who we signed for 30-odd million because our right back went to Real Madrid. So why did we sign Frimpong? Is he just not a right back for us anymore? It's very confusing. It doesn't really make any sense. If we're not going to play him at right back, why is he even here? I don't really understand. But Jones has played well. So not to take away from Jones, just confusing from Liverpool, as always. I am confused.com with Liverpool. I'm giving Jones a 7. And I'm just going to move on to Ibrahima Konate, who was... I don't really know. He had one point where he headed someone in the head. He went full Nat Phillips, and then he was dead on the floor. They stopped the game, and then Hendo went absolutely mental and got a yellow card. That was quite funny. And then we got the ball back, so happy days. Other than that, not a lot really from Konate. Not really much defending, to be honest. He did a few bits where he'd cut a long ball out or something like that. It wasn't anything special. And the same with Van Dijk. We'll talk about Van Dijk in a second, but yeah. He's out of contract. So is it his last game as well? It's crazy, isn't it? We've done 3 players. It could be all 3 of their last games. I think Konate's going to re-sign. All signs point towards that he is. But he still hasn't, so we are still waiting. Let's see what happens. But for now, it looks like he's going to be... Well, he is currently out of contract, so he is today, as of right now, leaving. Hopefully he doesn't. I think he had a better end to the season than start, that's for sure. Not a lot else to say about Konate today. No full rhinos. No marauding runs, no moments of madness, so we'll just give him a 6 and we'll go to Van Dijk. And it's the same for Van Dijk, so I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about moving house. Because, ladies and gents, I am officially moving house. I have my date now. It is in a couple of weeks. It's actually less than 2 weeks. I will be moving into my own house. So, those of you who've been asking, I will be there. Now, I'm going to use this opportunity to ask you guys... I saw someone comment on one of my videos the other day that you'd like to maybe see some more, I don't know, some other bits, like more life stuff. And I don't know, to be honest, if that's something I want to do. But if you want to see something like that, let me know. Maybe I'll do it on a different channel entirely. Not the Golden Sky. Maybe I'll make a different channel and you can see some real life stuff. I don't know. Let me know if there's any appetite out there for that. But... What I've learned about buying a house is that it's the most insanely confusing thing ever, and they should teach this in schools. I'm sitting there at work on Friday, and my solicitor rings me up, and she's basically just like, "Oh yeah, so everything's sorted. We're gonna need you to just get all of these things for me right now, please." I thought I sent you everything, and suddenly I needed 100 million documents. I needed all of a sudden I needed to buy home insurance. No one taught me about this. Home insurance, by the way, was like 1 billion questions to figure that out. Is there a tree within 5 foot of the house? I don't know. I'm not measured. I'm not paying attention to this type of thing. It's flipping hard, guys. I'm telling you. Those who haven't done it, look out. And those who have, respect. They should teach this in school. I actually had more lessons of Chinese than I did in school. And I only had 3 lessons of Chinese, and that was in a random extracurricular class on a Wednesday when they had nothing to fill. I've never been to China. I don't know any Chinese except ni hao. That's all I know. Mandarin. And I know more of that than I know how to get a mortgage or anything like that. That's my complaint about the English schooling system. Van Dijk gets a 6, and we move on to Andy Robertson, who obviously gets a 10. Obvious. Not really because of his performance, mainly because I love him. And he's gone. That's the last time I will ever rate Andy Robertson. And he's been a legend at Liverpool. If you didn't go and see my preview before the game, I did a top 5 on my Salah and Robertson moments. My top moment was the Robbo press, of course it was. But he's had some other great moments. The goal against Villa in a title-winning season when we were 1-0 down, and he equalised with that header. And then Mane went on to score a couple of minutes later to go 2-1 up. Great moment. He's had loads. He has been an unbelievable player, a great example of what the attitude of this club should be. I remember Mourinho, I think it was, once played against us and said something like, Robertson is like a machine on my left-hand side, the way he just goes up and down and up and down. And he was still doing that today. He's lost, obviously, a bit of the oomph that he had when he was younger. But what a player he's been for Liverpool. It's a 10. I wish him all the best wherever he goes. If it ends up being Spurs, who have survived, they have, of course, let us down. Obviously, they've let us down with fun. They don't know how to have any of it. 10 for Robbo. Let's move on to Gravenberch, who was just fine. He was just out there again. He's become harder and harder to rate as the season's gone on, I think. Had a shot that was like decently saved, nothing crazy. Made a nice run in the first half that won a free kick, which Salah hit the post from. That was a nice run, but he does just give the ball away too much in the middle. Like simple passes, he really needs to improve his passing range, or we should be using him in a different way. I don't quite know what way that is, whether it's like more of a defensive role or less of a defensive role, less of a tempo setter. I don't know. At the minute, he's sort of in between everything for me. I don't think he was bad exactly. I don't think he definitely wasn't good. I think it's probably another 6 for Gravenberch. I'm just going to move swiftly on from him. I don't have all that much to say, and I don't want to go too long. I am roasting my absolute balls off here. So let's go to McAllister, who might be his last game as well. Who knows? Let's see what we do with Mac. It will be interesting because he has had a down season, a really, really down season. And I am planning, let me know as well in the comments, guys, if there's any interest. I am planning on making a ratings video for the season. So I'll do like this type of style of ratings, and I will rate everyone's season rather than just game. And we can go through each player. McAllister will not be scoring highly. Let me tell you that much. He has had a really, really poor season. Today he wasn't awful, let's be honest. But he wasn't great either. Some dodgy headers, like randomly heading the ball out to clear it, but heading it straight out to them on the wing. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. He's always on the floor. He does get stuck in, so I'll give him some credit again there. He gets stuck in. He's the one who should be on the ball, but I don't know, he just struggles a bit. That's not to say he was bad. I'm not going to rate him any worse than Gravenberch today. I don't have that much to say about him, so I'm also just going to give him a 6. And move on. I reckon he's fine in this heat, though. He had long sleeves on today. It's like 30 degrees. So what a machine. Speaking of machines, Dominic Szoboszlai, who has been by far our best player this season. Now, he wasn't amazing today, but his energy, again, is fantastic. He's so noticeable on the pitch. He's the only one who runs fast and maintains the ability to run fast throughout the game. So that's good. I mean, certainly is to watch anyway. Now, again, not amazing. He did let Salah take a free kick. Now, Salah nearly scored it, but I think if Szoboszlai took it and scored, he would have scored the most free kicks in one Premier League season. Is that right? Have I made fake news there? Not sure. Would have liked to maybe seen him take it. Would have liked to have seen a bit more from him. Had a couple of opportunities to have a long shot and he didn't take them. I don't know. He's been great this year. Well, is great the right word? Has anyone been great? I don't know. He's been better than the rest. And next season we need that again. But we need everyone else to galvanise around him and become more of a unit, given the effort that he does. I'm going to give him a 6 too. I might give him a... was he as good as Gravenberch and McAllister? He tried a bit harder. I'll give him a 7, just for pure trying harder. And it's sympathy, isn't it? It's last ratings of the season. So obviously we get to Mo Salah and it's pretty obvious. The same with Robbo. The same thing with Robbo. We're going to give Salah a 10. Today, though, he was actually quite good. By no means an actual real 10, but definitely a last game for Liverpool 10. He hits the post with the free kick. He looked quite dangerous when he had the ball. His dribbling was pretty decent. He gets the assist for the goal. It's a lovely cross. He looked our most dangerous attacker again to me. He looked fit. He looked sharp. There were a couple of times where he had chances where older Salah, and I mean, by older Salah, I mean younger Salah, Salah from the past, would have scored. Maybe had a bit of extra yard of pace or maybe a little bit extra strength just to knock someone off, get your body in the way, get the dribble in going and finish it off. There was one in the first half, a long ball where he got a little out-muscled. But what a player he's been. Good performance from him today. In all honesty, he probably would have deserved an 8 or a 7 at least, probably an 8. What a player he's been. I think it was like 257 goals or something in the Premier League, something like that. Not in the Premier League, sorry, for Liverpool. It flashed up at the end, something along those lines. What an absolute legend he is. The chants for him today were fantastic. Everyone had them crowns on. They looked a bit naff, didn't they? Let's be honest. But there they were. There was Egyptian flags. He got subbed off in the 70th minute. I initially wanted to go absolutely ballistic when I saw his name come up on the subs. I was ready to go down to Anfield, find Arne Slot's bald head, stick a bunch of hairs in it, like with Miracle Grow, and then rip them out one by one. Because what you're doing, taking Mo Salah off. But then it cut to Salah, and he looked accepting. It looked like he knew he was coming off then, so I was okay with it. He took his time to get off, which I loved. Credit to Brentford, obviously, for the applause and everything they gave to him and Robbo as well. And obviously we returned the favour with Henderson too, but they clapped him off. He deserved that reception. He deserved more, to be honest. He deserved way more. I'm sure the celebrations went on right after the game. I've come up to record this. I will catch up on those later. He kissed the pitch for the final time and he went on the bench and someone gave him a scarf. What's he going to do with that scarf? Probably nothing, but he's got it. And what a player he's been. The last time I'll ever rate him, I don't know where he's going to go. Really interested to see where he actually goes, but best believe I will be following whoever that club is closely to see how he's getting on. One of my favourite ever Liverpool players, and his time comes to an end. From that amazing Jurgen Klopp team that won the Champions League, we were only left with Alisson and Van Dijk now from that. That is crazy, isn't it? We certainly weren't left with Cody Gakpo from the Champions League winning team. Look, he was up front today. He never touches the ball. No one ever touches the ball up front for Liverpool. He's fucking shite. I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about Gakpo today. He had one opportunity where he got put sort of in a dangerous area. He was like 2-on-2. You're thinking, go on, get your shot off, cut inside. Just cut inside on Sepp Vandenberg, who just tackled him dead easy. And then that was the attack over. So you're like, okay, cool. He had a header that he could have headed in the net after Alisson's great save. Cross comes in. Here's Gakpo. Free header, heads it straight against Coyote, the rugby player's head, and didn't score. So you're like, nice one, Cody, lad. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just give Gakpo. I'm going to give him a 5. Very quiet. Not all his own fault. We do have that bald idiot in charge who never gets our striker the ball. He keeps saying stuff like we're not scoring enough goals. He doesn't know how to fix it. That's the problem. He doesn't know how to fix it. So Gakpo gets a 5. And we'll go to Rio, who was fine also. Nothing crazy from him today. Had a really, really close effort that would have been an unbelievable goal where he cuts inside and he whips that one to the far post. It was a bit like goals I've seen Yamal score, and obviously goals on a different level that I've seen Messi score over and over and over again. I am Robben cutting on that right off that wing and curling it into the far corner, but it just had that element of unstoppability about it. It just needs to work on just the purchase of getting the ball on target every time. So close to going in that top corner. Good effort, and he's so positive, always going forward, never loses confidence, and I love the ability that he has to go either way on a defender. And even when he did his first take on attempt today against Coyote, who's big and strong and fast, and he muscled him off the ball, and it didn't deter Rio. He kept getting it and kept going at him, kept trying different tricks and using the ball well, passing it inside. I like to see that. Though, that said, he didn't light me on fire today. He didn't light anything on fire, and he gets a 6 as a result. Right, the subs quickly. We bring Wirtz on. Slot stuck him on the left wing, and at that point, you just think, what the fuck is going on in this guy's head at all? He is clueless. He really is. We're on the last day of the season, and Wirtz is still stuck on the left wing. And then he sort of wasn't. Then he was inside again. It was all just a bit weird. But there he was. So I'm not going to spend a long time on it. He didn't touch the ball that much. Let's give him a 6. Frimpong came on with his headband. He had an Adidas branded headband on today. Didn't know that was allowed. He had it like ninja style tied at the back. Didn't know that was allowed. Fun fact, that's actually banned in the NBA because you can pull it like to foul someone. Interesting. 6 for Frimpong. We've signed him to play right back / right wing. Not right wing back, which is his position. Doesn't make sense. Kirkes comes on for Robbo. Not a whole lot going on there, was there really? Should I just give him a 6 and move on as well? Probably should. Neone comes on for Gravenberch. This was just rubbing it in at this point that I have to do a full 16 players on the last ratings ever. Well, not ever, this season anyway. Could he play more next year? Maybe. Could he have a role? Maybe. No surprises, he also gets a 6. And then we bring Gomez on for like 2 minutes. Was that sympathy? Was that to say, here, Joe, here's your last appearance at Anfield? Maybe he's leaving in summer as well. There's a lot of uncertainty, isn't there, about Liverpool at the minute. Can you guess what he's going to get, guys? Of course you can. It's a 6 for Joe Gomez as well. And that, ladies and gents, is the player ratings for the final time this season. Guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who has watched, liked, commented, subscribed, listened, whatever you've done this season to the Golden Sky. I am not going to tactically analyse that game. I am not going to do it. I apologise, but I don't think any of you care at this point. And I don't want to pump out videos that you guys don't care about. But thank you so much for watching the videos this season. Whatever you've done, however you've interacted, I really, really appreciate it. I will have videos coming out over the summer. Now, they may be transfer videos. They may be just catch up on the news videos. They may be World Cup videos. They may be Liverpool, in any way, content videos. They may be something else. They may be real life videos on a different channel, on this channel. Who knows? Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. I will, I think on my next video, have some sort of questionnaire out of stuff about the channel, how you found it, things I can do better. things I've done well. What you guys think? I really want you to be able to give me feedback on how I can improve the channel or what I can do to make it more enjoyable for you guys. Because that makes me enjoy it more. I've had a pleasure making the videos. It's been a blast. It's been a pleasure, sorry, and I've had a blast. It's a better way to say it. So thank you very much for watching. We've got to nearly 500 subscribers by the end of the season, and when I started, I genuinely did not know or have any expectations of how many people would watch the videos. I just had it in my head to make them for the full year and see where we were at. You've blown me away, to be honest. So thank you very, very much. If you did enjoy today's video, leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Podcast listeners, 5-star rating and reviews. I will be back, I don't know when, soon, at some point with another video. So keep an eye out for that. What a ride it's been this year. I apologise that it hasn't been the most fun end to the season from me or from Liverpool. I have not had the energy to be excited about the mighty Reds at all. But the next time you see me, I could be in my new house. Or if not, I'll be in there very soon. Next season, I will be. It'll be a new setup, hopefully a new attitude and a new start for Liverpool. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for this season, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Goodbye.